He's Chase. I'm Harrison. Let's catch you guys up on the latest Sixers news and rumors. And Chase, just before we went live on Thursday, the news dropped officially the 76ers are going to sign DeAndre Jordan.
And this is really the expectation over the last couple of days that after getting waived by the Los Angeles Lakers, DeAndre Jordan was going to sign with the Philadelphia 76ers. The corresponding roster move, the contract for Willie Cauley-Stein, that 10-day, has been terminated.
Yes.
So he is no longer with the team. That opens up a roster spot for DeAndre Jordan. Woj said this on Twitter a little while ago. Barring any unlikely waiver claim before the 5 p.m. deadline today, center DeAndre Jordan expected to sign with Philadelphia. Lakers waived him the other day on Tuesday, and Sixers have an open roster spot and desire to add another backup center. That 5 p.m. Eastern deadline came and went without DeAndre Jordan getting waived. So now he is going to be the backup center to Joel Embiid, and this is really a need on the Sixers roster. They had Willie Cauley-Stein as a potential backup, Paul Reed, Charles Bassey, Paul Millsap has been playing a little 5 as well, but my goodness, he seemed to age overnight. And I understand that DeAndre Jordan, his best days are behind him. There's no doubt about that. He's kind of washed, but a couple of things line up with him coming to the Sixers. Has experience playing for Doc Rivers when he was with the Clippers and had career years and was a multi-time All-Star and a very good defender. There's also this. With James Harden, we know that he plays really well with bigs who really are able to utilize the screen and roll. And DeAndre Jordan, that's really his strength. I mean, he became a superstar in this league for a couple of years because of the highlight reel-worthy dunks that he was able to throw down while screening and rolling with Chris Paul. James Harden likes to do a similar action, and that's something that we've seen Harden and Embiid operate. So expect to see that for DeAndre Jordan and Philadelphia. It's a depth signing. I don't expect him to get crazy minutes, but I think he gives you more than a Paul Reed, gives you more than a Willie Cauley-Stein, and of course has the experience geared up for a playoff run.
Look, you needed to replace some of Drummond's rebounding. This is what he'll do.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll grab rebounds. Like you said, he can roll to the basket,
Protect the rim a little bit.
Finish around the rim. A decent rim protector, not quite to the level he used to be. But, poor man's Drummond, go grab me 5 rebounds a game in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Give us some hard fouls. Just eat up some minutes that some of these other inexperienced guys would not have been able to. Now, the story in Philadelphia continues to be around James Harden, Chase, is he had quite another big game the other night against the Knicks, especially in that second half, because New York came to play in that game, but you just kind of felt like the Sixers kind of, Harden gave Embiid that look like, all right, let's ramp it up to another level. They can't run with us, and that's how it played out, and he was fantastic.
James Harden, after playing at Madison Square Garden on Sunday, said, I expect South Philly to be turnt. They were turnt last night for the player intros all the way out through that game. And the Sixers started off slow. The Knicks got off to a hot start led by R.J. Barrett. You just had that feeling that the Sixers were going to overwhelm the Knicks over time, and they were going to really mount a comeback. And Harden in his first 3 games has been better than advertised. Yep. He looks rejuvenated. It looks as though he has a new lease on life. He looks to be happy playing in a Sixers uniform. And how could you not be when you're playing alongside Joel Embiid, and he continues to be the front runner in the MVP race? You have a 2-guard in Tyrese Maxey, who's been lighting the world on fire. Tobias Harris finally came to play in his 3rd game with James Harden, because the prior 2, he wasn't all that good. But you saw those numbers that Harden's been putting up, nearly a triple-double night in, night out. And here's what he had to say about that debut at the Wells Fargo Center. It was just exciting, man. The love, the fans, it feels like home. Just the love, the support from looking around, hearing, "We love you, James." That right there makes me go out and play harder. And I just wanted to do whatever it takes to get the win. And the Sixers got the win. They're now 3-0 with Harden. And he also said, it was like a movie out there, man. It was a spectacle in South Philly. And, what's going to be telling, Harrison, coming up, Sixers have a couple of really tough games. They have the Cavaliers on Friday. On the back end of that back-to-back, it's the Miami Heat. They're playing the Brooklyn Nets. They have a couple of tough games. So while it's very exciting to see what Harden's been able to do, we kind of have to temper our expectations because they played 3 mediocre to bad opponents. Let's see what they can do against an actual quality opponent.
I think this actually lined up perfectly, Chase. You get some manageable games to get him and Embiid playing together, get the fan base fired up after some big games. Now you get to see how this team actually stacks up, right? Like, you're going to see them play against some better competition down the stretch, obviously come playoff time. So you've gotten kind of the early stuff out of the way. It's time to move beyond the honeymoon. Let's move beyond the honeymoon phase. Now it's like, okay, let's play good basketball for the next month and a half, and then come playoff time, it's go time. Like, to me, it's like, hey, we're rolling. Let's keep it rolling. But, it's not just about the fact that we're excited that Harden's here. Yeah. He's here now. Like, it's about,
the beard is here.
It's about going and winning games against good competition because, look, this goes back to me, and you guys can get your votes in who won the trade, Philadelphia or Brooklyn. This, to me, is like, if this works out, it's like the process finally finished. Yeah. The circle is complete. Because, like, we're 6, 7, 8 years into this process really starting, and it's come to this moment right now, Chase. It's about this playoff run, and there's no reason why the Sixers can't be that team that makes a run out of the Eastern Conference this year.
Yeah, especially with the development of Tyrese Maxey and him playing off-ball as a two-guard alongside James Harden. And it's funny because Harden has kind of taken Maxey under his wing. You saw him hit that stutter step back last night. He went off for 21 points after recess, and in 3 games playing alongside the Beard, man, he's been going off. I mean, playing excellent basketball, shooting really well from beyond the arc, around 65%, I think, from long range. Tyrese Maxey, he's really just been playing excellent basketball. And this is a great development for the Sixers moving forward because they envision having Maxey and Harden as their backcourt duo. And if Maxey can continue to flourish, playing off ball, that's an on-court pairing that can play together for a little while.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this team continues to come together. And like I said, I think this is a team that can make a push into the postseason as we get closer and closer to that here in the month of March. Playoffs start in April, and then obviously the finals would be in the month of June. All right, Chase, I know you've kind of started this movement here on Philadelphia 76ers now. We have a Knicks channel. Well, Sixers already passed that. Another prominent sports town in the Northeast is Boston. Boston Celtics Today, our Celtics channel, closing in within 3,500 or so. Will Sixers fans stand up and pass them?
Yeah, we're talking about on-court rivalries that are some of the best in the history of the NBA. We also have some rivalries more friendly than the on-court rivalries here at Chat Sports. So at first, it's Sixers against Knicks. We launched those channels on the same day, and it's been funny to see both of those channels kind of jockey back and forth between revenue and subscribers. Now, the Sixers going after an even bigger enemy in Boston and Boston Celtics Today. I think we can surpass Celtics Today over the next couple of months. So if you want the best Sixers coverage on YouTube from me and sometimes Harrison, go to youtube.com/76erstv or hit that red subscribe button.